Welcome back, fellow mobile gaming fanatics. I'm MyTyme, this is Top Drivers, and as you have seen from that introduction, yes, I got a couple more of those around the world packs. This time we had a lot better luck. To be fair, I cannot complain. That was a nice pull getting the Lotus Evora. However, it wasn't needed, and yes, I did manage to get the Pagani Huyara thanks to all of you guys, all of you who commented in the section in my previous video to let me know that I had the cars necessary to do this without getting any more from the packs. I really appreciate it. So in hindsight, I wish I hadn't opened those packs, not because I didn't get anything good, but mainly because I would have preferred to have invested that gold into future packs where there was something in there that I particularly wanted. Now, I was just kind of doing this to try and get a car in order to complete a challenge that I already had the cars for. So from that perspective, I feel a little bit abused, but we can only look forward, can't we? No point dwelling on the past. I did manage to get this beautiful Pagani, and I need to thank you guys for it. But what it does mean is it does mean that knowledge is power, okay? And I'll come back to that in a moment. Knowledge is power, because what I also went and done to almost kind of compound my own mistakes is, because I hadn't been on YouTube to check the comments etc you lot had done, not only once I'd opened the packs and got the cars, I decided to start fusing and working on my Arcadia Denali again. Not because I don't want to max this out at some stage, it's just not a car I would have put my ultra rares into right now. So kind of all the materials that I got from those packs I kind of wasted on this. So the packs in general were pointless as a result, because I didn't have the information. I didn't check up with people. I didn't ask you guys before, hey, who's done the 5th or the 25th stage, who's got a team, have I got the cars that can do it, and wait for a response. I kind of just went in blindly and made a mess of it. But we can only look forward, and looking forward, we did manage to get that Lotus Evora. So if we actually have a look at it here, it's a nice looking car. However, it's not something I'm going to work on at the moment, because if I actually have a little look down here, I've got a maxed out speedster and a maxed out KTM crossbow, which both are going to be better on twisty circuits, slaloms, kind of karting circuits, etc. So I don't think this Lotus Evora is something I'm going to work on straight away. Don't get me wrong, if a Lotus event comes up, it's probably going to be pretty useful. Probably in some of the GE events as well I might use it, but it's not going to be a top priority. So knowing now that if you have knowledge you can advance much quicker in this game, I'm going to take that to the next step and show you what you should be doing with that knowledge, how you should be being proactive rather than reactive. And let me just give you an example. Now let's say hypothetically this Infinity event was a big event coming up. Now if I know that we're going to be starting an event with Infinity cars soon, I will come down, I will go to manufacturer, I would pick out my Infinity cars, and I would start working on cars that I think are going to be important, or that are important cars within the Infinity brand, and make sure they were maxed out for the event. Now in this example I would say, you know what, I don't have a strong Infinity brand, so it's not going to be an event I'm going to focus on. But if I did, I would, for example, say, right, let's get to work on this Q60. That's probably going to be a key car, and as I have quite a lot of super rare spare, let me max out this Infinity M35 and start working on this Q50 in case I need an RQ saving car. There's a good chance these will be quite useful, and I'll be working on these cars now before this event starts, not once the event has started. Under the same limelight, more applicable for me, if this Throwback Thursday the last decade was a big event again, I'd say UK Tour the last decade. Okay, what do I know? Well, they're going to be UK cars, so let's come in, let's go to country, let's bring out UK, let's go to the years, and you guessed it, let's go all the way down to 2010, and let's see what cars are going to be out here. And I can go through my collection and see the cars that I have and which ones I think are going to be useful. Yes, I don't know yet if they're going to be off-road or what, but I can come through and go, for example, oh, this Bentley Flying Spur, let me max that out. That could be useful, but it's nearly maxed anyway. I might, you know, scroll through here and say, oh, I want to work on my Jaguar at some stage, let's start working on that now in case I need it here. And I might find other cars that I might finish off just because, you know, might finish off my Range Rover Evoque, for example, or I might put a bit more work to finish off the Ford Focus ST. Those kind of things. Have a look at some of my RQ saving super rares and make sure that I have a few of them maxed out in case they're useful. And with that actually in mind, I am actually working on the McLaren 675 LT now. I decided that I want to max this car out at some stage. It's one of the legendaries that I'm looking to max out next, so perfect time. The car might not be useful in the event, and if it isn't, no problems, because I still want to max this car out, so I'm not losing anything, but I'm also putting myself in the best position to try and do as well in the event as possible. So that's what you should be looking to do, and the main things you're going to look to do that for are going to be these weekly events, like the Around the World, the Silver Screen, etc., where there's lots of prizes, lots of rewards up for grabs, and for prized cars, because we do get a bit of information with these prize car events. We can tell by the rewards, by the packs, we get an idea of what the requirements are going to be in the finals, and obviously in the finals that's where we can get carbon fiber packs as well as prize cars and other epic and ultra rare cars as rewards. If we have a quick look here, we can see there's 2 Volvos and 5 rest of the worlds required. Now I have done some races in order to get an idea of the track sets and to put together a couple of teams, which I'm going to ask you guys which one is going to be the best for me to go with for the rest of the event. Now there's plenty of time to go, so I didn't mind getting some losses along the way whilst experimenting with things. If we have a quick look at the rewards, we can see everything is Volvo related at the moment. However, the carbon fiber packs are top secret testing, and in the store they're pre-1980s, so I have a feeling that while we're getting Volvos as prizes, normally indicating that they will be useful in the final, I don't know if it's going to be Volvo specific or if it's going to be rest of the world and pre-1980s or something like that. I'd be very, very surprised if they're giving out pre-1980s top secret carbon fibers as rewards here, if that isn't somehow related into the finals itself. So for me, it's a bit of a mixed batch here. I think it's going to be kind of like 2 of something and 3 of something else, or one of those kind of ones for the final. That's what I'm leaning towards. But with that, let's come in and see how we can actually do. Now, this is team number 1 that I have gone with, okay? What I decided, I did have my Volvo V90 here. I am going to max out my XC90, although I don't think I'm actually going to be using it in this event. I don't know, should I be doing it 3-2-3 or should I be doing it in 2-3-3? Let me have a look. 1815. This is lightish, but I think this car is going to be better. I think it's going to be better having the weight reduction and making it nimble. It's not going to be great 0 to 60 anyway, even if I take it off the engine. So I might as well make it better in the corners, etc., and all that good jazz. What other car do I want to get rid of? Yeah, we'll do. So we'll leave that to finish fusing now. But yes, I was using the Volvo V90. It was in here instead of the Vauxhall Maloo, and that was the team I was running. However, I found that the Maloo was actually beating the V90 on most of the track sets, mainly due to its better acceleration. So this was team 1. Okay, so we're going to go in. I'm going to go up as high as we can, and we're going to try and see how well we can do. Now, all rain here. All rain, okay? Every single track set is just full of rain. What I have noticed myself, the Volvo 850 all-wheel drive is an MVP, okay? I've also found the Spiker, because of its great mid-range, to be a pretty decent car for me here for the drags, although I'm going to get annihilated here. And the Crossbow again is a very strong car for the twisty circuits. So these kind of 3 cars are my go-to cars. I'm trying to fill in the gaps. Now this isn't a good example for me to come against because I'm going to be smashed here. This is a guarantee loss, but we will see how well we can do. Now if I go twisty circuit, if I take a tie here, I should get a victory here, lose here, and I'm probably going to lose here as well. This is the kind of example of a team. If I could run 2 or 3 of the 850s myself, I would. I can run 2 of them, but I don't have a massive hyper car like a Koenigsegg to put in there to destroy everyone on the drags. I don't have that, so I kind of can't really run 3 Volvos and have a strong team. As you can see here, I can beat this one on a fast circuit just because of the handling, even though it is a standard tyre car with 4-wheel drive, not maxed out. If it was maxed out, it would be a lot closer, but that KTM brings me that ability. My problem here is my Spiker is a great car, but it's not going to do well against like a beast like this Rimac here, which is going to be, yeah, it's just a loss. Okay, my only chance is my car. Well, this was lucky because not maxed out again. I've been able to sneak a victory here, but that is team 1. Okay, that is team 1. Now team 2, which I can go with as I show you my cars. I've been thinking I've got to keep my 3 what I call MVPs at the moment, the kind of 3 cars that are helping me, I think, the most out of all my cars available. Well, one thing is I have to bring in 2 Volvos. So what I thought I would do, I haven't finished working on it. As you can see, I've only just started working on it now, but the Volvo V960, bear in mind that what you're going to see isn't a fair reflection of the car because it's not maxed out. But I thought I could put this in as an RQ saver, and then when I free up 72 RQ up here, I can bring in my Spiker C8. Yes, it's not maxed out, but for the tracks, etc., the car, I could max the car out. I think this car will help me. I honestly do. And I think that this setup gives me a chance when this Volvo 960 is maxed out of competing against some of the hypercar setups, because I won't lose as many points with the Spiker, etc. Now let's just come out, play this match. Okay, it's as high up as I can go at this moment in time. So I know that my Spiker is going to hold its own in the half miles. It's going to get beat against hypercars like the Koenigseggs, etc., but it's not going to get completely annihilated to the extent that I can't get the points back. Now here we have a 233 version of the AWD 850. Now I don't know if that is going to beat mine or not. I do know I'm going to lose here, but so I think given that, let me just think. I think I have to go here. Twisty circuit. Okay, I can definitely get the win here with this. Okay, I think I do this. I'm just gonna see. I want to see if I actually win here or not, because if I do build a second 850, I want to see which way I build it. So gets through right at the end. See, that acceleration there helps across post. Such a useful car in this event, even though it's not got 4-wheel drive. Yep, there we go. First Spiker getting past the Maloo there. Even on the quarter mile, better mid-range. This is going to be interesting one. Okay, so this is the better setup. Good. So if I do another 850, there you go. Go for the standard 323 setup on it. The Spiker's going to lose, but as I said, not annihilated. That's only a 50-point loss there. And it also means on this final race, it doesn't matter if we lose, as long as we don't lose drastically. There we go. Now maxing out that Volvo will probably get it to win that race, to be fair, when it's maxed out. But there you go. They're my 2 options, and I'll be honest with you, I'm leaning towards the second one. Okay, I'm leaning towards this one just because it gives me a bit more power with 3 kind of epics that are, you know, fast. So obviously I know there's no handling on this Spider. I haven't worked on that, but this is just for the drag side of it. And I've got my 2 standard tyres. Now this is kind of going to tie most of the time. It's going to come up against most other 850s. If I bring in 2 of them, I can do, but then I'm going to have to drop down. I'd have to work on this one, which is fine. I've got no problems doing that, but then I'm going to have to drop my RQ quite drastically in order to fit this in another. So it's going to have to be something like this, which is then going to put me over the top, which means that when it comes back to picking my next car, 58 RQ, I have a lot less options. I'm literally got to work on either the Volvo S60 or the Volvo V70 or something smaller, and I don't think any of these cars are going to are going to get me a win really anywhere, so I think they're pretty much guaranteed losses. Yes, maybe what I gain from bringing in this 850 will kind of counter it. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know if you think I should be working the second AWD and say bringing in the S60 or something else as a car to fill in that 5th slot. I'm not trying to get top 3, okay? I don't expect to get top 3. I don't even expect to get top 10, but I might have a chance. And that's why I want to know from you guys if you were going to pick which. Well, there's technically 3 options if you include the third one I just said, but certainly out of the first 2, is Team 1 or Team 2 better? And also, would you consider doing the third team that I've suggested instead and building up a second 850 and just going lower on my 5th car? Anyway, I've been MyTyme. Thank you very much. I am going to listen to you all. I'm going to use the knowledge that you're going to instill on me to hopefully do better in this event. I'm not going to blow it myself. So with that said, thank you for watching. Please let me know in the comment section below what you would do if you have my garage. Also let me know how you're doing it, and if there are any cars that I haven't built up yet that you've seen that would be extremely useful, please let me know. Same thing, if I find any other cars on top of that 850 which seem to be pretty key. I do think the crossbow is pretty key. If you've got a crossbow, I think it's definitely useful in this event. Then yes, I will let you know. As ever, thank you very much for watching. I've been MyTyme. See you all soon.